Sa bawat relasyon, may nakikita tayong pagmamahalan, care, at intimacy, pero hindi lahat ay tulad ng nakikita sa labas. In every relationship, we see love, care, and intimacy, but not everything is as it seems. May mga tao na tila mabait at maalaga, pero sa likod ng ngiti nila, may intensyon silang kontrolin ka, manipulahin ang damdamin mo, o i-shape ang perception mo sa sarili mo at sa relasyon. Some people appear kind and caring, but behind their smiles, they aim to control you, manipulate your feelings, or shape your perception of yourself in the relationship. Ito ang tinatawag na dark psychology, ang pag-aaral at paggamit ng psychological tactics para ma-influence, makontrol, o mapagana ang isip ng ibang tao para sa sariling layunin. This is called dark psychology, the study and use of psychological tactics to influence, control, or manipulate another person's mind for personal gain. Sa video na ito, tatalakayin natin ang baning karaniwang taktika ng dark psychology sa relationships. In this video, we'll explore 10 common dark psychology tactics in relationships. Paano ito gumagana sa emosyon at isip ng tao, how they work on a person's mind and emotions, at paano mo mapoprotektahan ang sarili mo bago ka masaktan o ma-abuse, and how you can protect yourself before being hurt or abused. Ang mga tactics na ito ay madalas subtle at hindi halata sa umpisa. These tactics are often subtle and not obvious at first. Minsan parang simpleng concern, joke, o attention lang, pero unti-unti nitong binabago ang paraan ng pag-iisip mo, ang emosyon mo at ang paraan ng reaksyon mo sa relasyon. Sometimes it seems like a simple concern, joke, or attention, but gradually it changes your thinking, emotions, and reactions in the relationship. Manood hanggang sa dulo, dahil awareness ang unang hakbang para maprotektahan mo ang sarili mo, panatilihin ang self-respect, at magkaroon ng emotional safety sa relasyon mo. Watch until the end, because awareness is the first step to protecting yourself, maintaining self-respect, and ensuring emotional safety in your relationship. Number 1. Love bombing, pagbomba ng sobrang atensyon. Ang love bombing ay isa sa pinakakaraniwang taktika ng dark psychology sa relationships. Love bombing is one of the most common dark psychology tactics in relationships. Dito, sinasadyang binibigyan ka ng sobrang attention, compliments, at gifts sa simula ng relasyon para mabilis kang maging dependent sa kanilang approval at affection. Here, you are deliberately showered with excessive attention, compliments, and gifts early in the relationship to make you quickly dependent on their approval and affection. Karaniwang halimbawa, common examples. Palaging may text o call sa'yo kahit sa simpleng bagay. Constant texting or calling you about even small things. Regalo o surprises na bigla at sobra-sobra. Gifts or surprises that are sudden and excessive. Mga sobrang sweet na linya or compliments araw-araw. Over-the-top sweet messages or compliments daily. Sa umpisa, pakiramdam mo ay espesyal ka at napakahalaga sa kanila. At first, you feel special and extremely valued by them. Ngunit kapag lumipas ang initial phase, makikita mo na nagiging controlling or demanding sila at ginagamit ang pagmamahal para manipulahin ka sa desisyon at damdamin mo. But after the initial phase, you start to see that they become controlling or demanding, using love to manipulate your decisions and emotions. Tandaan. Remember, hiyang healthy na relasyon ay nagbibigay ng consistent love at respect, hindi ginagamit ang pagmamahal para kontrolin ka. A healthy relationship provides consistent love and respect, without using affection to control you. Kapag sobra ang attention sa umpisa at biglang nagiging controlling, red flag na ito ng manipulation. If excessive attention is followed by control, this is a red flag of manipulation. Number 2, gaslighting, pagpaparamdam na mali ka. Isa sa pinakakaraniwang taktika ng dark psychology sa relationships ay ang gaslighting. One of the most common dark psychology tactics in relationships is gaslighting. Dito, pinaparamdam sa'yo na mali o overreact ka, kahit may valid ka or tama ang nararamdaman mo. This is when someone makes you feel wrong or overreacting, even when your feelings are valid or correct. Karaniwang linya, common phrases, wala namang nangyari, that never happened. Nag-i-imagine ka lang, you're imagining things again. Sensitive ka talaga, you're just too sensitive. Layunin nito, madepende ka sa perception nila ng reality at mawalan ng tiwala sa sarili mo. The goal is to make you dependent on their perception of reality and lose trust in yourself. Halimbawa, example, sinabi mo na nasaktan ka sa ginawa nila, you tell them how hurt you are by something they did. Pero sasabihin nila, wala naman akong ginawang mali, ikaw lang ang nag-overreact. But they respond, I didn't do anything wrong, you're just overreacting. Kapag paulit-ulit itong nangyayari, repeated behavior like this, Unti-unti nitong binabago ang perception mo sa sarili mo at sa relasyon. Gradually changes your perception of yourself and the relationship. Tandaan. Remember, ang healthy na relasyon ay may acknowledgement at accountability. A healthy relationship acknowledges mistakes and takes responsibility. Kapag palagi kang nagdududa sa sarili mo kahit tama ka, red flag na ito. If you constantly doubt yourself even when you are right, this is a red flag. Number 3. Triangulation, paglalaro sa relasyon at iba. Isa pang taktika ng dark psychology sa relationships ay ang triangulation. Another dark psychology tactic in relationships is triangulation. Dito, ginagamit ang ibang tao, kaibigan, ex, o pamilya para gawin kang insecure, seloso, o mag-doubt sa sarili mo. Here, another person, friend, ex, or family is used to make you feel insecure, jealous, or doubt yourself. Karaniwang halimbawa. Common examples. Ang ganda naman ng ex ko, hindi ba? My ex looks so good, right? Baka mainggit ka kung makita mo ang friend ko na nakikinig sa akin. You might get jealous if you see my friend paying attention to me. Tingnan mo, mas attentive siya kaysa sayo. Look, they are more attentive than you. Layunin. Kontrolin ang emosyon mo at gawing dependent sa attention nila. The goal is to control your emotions and make you dependent on their attention. Halimbawa, example, nag-share ka ng achievement o ginawa mo sa trabaho. You share an achievement or something you did at work. Pero sasabihin nila, bakit hindi mo ginawa ito kagaya ng ginawa ni other person? But they respond, why didn't you do it like other person did? Iyan ang bitag. This is the trap. Kapag palaging ikinukumpara sa iba, when you're constantly compared to others, unti-unti kang nawawala ng self-confidence at nagiging dependent sa approval nila. You slowly lose self-confidence and become dependent on their approval. Tandaan. Remember, iyang healthy na relasyon ay hindi gumagamit ng comparison o ibang tao para manipulahin ka. A healthy relationship does not use comparisons or other people to manipulate you. Kapag ginagamit ang ibang tao para kontrolin ang damdamin mo, red flag na ito ng manipulation. If other people are used to control your emotions, this is a red flag of manipulation. Number 4. Silent treatment, pagtigil sa pakikipag-usap. Isa pang taktika ng dark psychology sa relationships ay ang silent treatment o ang sinasadyang hindi ka kausapin or i-ignore. Another dark psychology tactic in relationships is silent treatment, deliberately ignoring or refusing to talk to you. Layunin, pilitin kang mag-apologize, mag-guilt, or maging dependent sa attention nila. The goal is to force you to apologize, feel guilty, or become dependent on their attention. Karaniwang halimbawa. Common examples. Sila ay bigla ang tahimik at hindi sumasagot sa messages o calls. Suddenly going silent and ignoring messages or calls. Hindi nakikipag-usap sa'yo kahit may issue. Refusing to talk even when there's an issue. Pinaparamdam na mali ka o kaaway. Making you feel wrong or like the enemy. Halimbawa. Example. Nag-set ka ng boundary or sinabi ang opinion mo. You set a boundary or share your opinion. Pero biglang hindi ka kausapin ng ilang oras o araw. But suddenly they stop talking to you for hours or days. At makakaramdam ka ng guilt o panic. Iniisip kung may nagawa kang mali. And you feel guilty or panicked, wondering if you did something wrong. Iyan ang bitag. This is the trap. Kapag ginagamit ang silent treatment bilang tool, when silent treatment is used as a tool na manipulate ang emosyon mo at nagiging dependent ka sa approval nila, your emotions are manipulated and you become dependent on their approval. Tandaan. Remember, ang healthy na relasyon ay may open communication at constructive conflict resolution. A healthy relationship encourages open communication and constructive conflict resolution. Kapag ginagamit ang tahimik bilang banta o punishment, red flag na ito ng manipulation. If silence is used as a threat or punishment, this is a red flag of manipulation. Number 5. Emotional blackmail gamit ang takot o guilt. Isa pang taktika ng dark psychology sa relationships ay ang emotional blackmail. Another dark psychology tactic in relationships is emotional blackmail. Dito ginagamit ang guilt, fear, o threats para kontrolin ka o pilitin sa kanilang gusto. Here, guilt, fear, or threats are used to control you or force you to do what they want. Karaniwang halimbawa. Common examples. Kung iiwan mo ako, hindi ko na alam ang buhay ko. If you leave me, I can't survive. Baka masaktan ang pamilya mo kung gagawin mo ito. You might hurt the family if you do this. Hindi mo ba naiisip ang ginawa mo sa akin? Don't you think about how your actions affect me? Layunin. Pilitin kang sumunod at gawing dependent sa kanilang emosyonal na reaksyon. Goal, force you to comply and make you dependent on their emotional reactions. Halimbawa, example, Gusto mong mag-set ng limit o boundary sa relasyon. You want to set a limit or boundary in the relationship. Pero sasabihin nila, kung ganito ang gagawin mo, masisira ang relasyon natin. But they say, if you do this, our relationship will be ruined. Iyan ang bitag. This is the trap. Kapag ginagamit ang guilt or fear bilang tool, when guilt or fear is used as a tool, nagiging emotionally controlled ka at madaling ma-manipulate. You become emotionally controlled and easy to manipulate. Tandaan. Remember, iyang healthy na relasyon ay may respect sa feelings at open communication. A healthy relationship respects feelings and encourages open communication. Kapag ginagamit ang guilt or fear para kontrolin ka, red flag na ito ng manipulation. If guilt or fear is used to control you, this is a red flag of manipulation. Number 6. Manipulation through compliments. Paggamit ng papuri para kontrolin. Isa pang taktika ng dark psychology sa relationships ay ang paggamit ng labis na papuri para kontrolin ang desisyon at damdamin mo. Another dark psychology tactic in relationships is using excessive compliments to control your decisions and emotions. Dito, pinaparamdam sa'yo na espesyal ka at napakahalaga sa kanila. Here they make you feel special and extremely valued. Pero ang tunay na layunin ay palakasin ang dependency mo sa attention at approval nila. But the true goal is to increase your dependency on their attention and approval. Karaniwang halimbawa. Common examples. Wala kang katulad. Ikaw lang ang para sa akin. You're one of a kind. You're the only one for me. Palaging sinasabi na ikaw lang ang mahusay at espesyal sa kanila. Constantly telling you that you are the only good and special one. Ginagamit ang papuri bago mag-request o hilingin ang gusto nila. Using compliments before asking you to do something or agree with them. Layunin. Kontrolin ang emosyon mo at gawing compliant sa mga hiling nila. Goal. Control your emotions and make you compliant to their requests. Halimbawa. Example. Bago kanila hihilingin na gawin ang gusto nila, before asking you to do what they want, sasabihin nila, alam mo, napakaganda mo, at alam kong kaya mo ang lahat ng gusto ko. They say, you're amazing, and I know you can do everything I want. Iyan ang bitag. This is the trap. Kapag ginagamit ang labis na papuri para kontrolin ka, when excessive compliments are used to control you, nagiging dependent ka sa approval at emotional validation nila. You become dependent on their approval and emotional validation. Tandaan. Remember, ang healthy na relasyon ay may genuine appreciation. Hindi ginagamit para kontrolin ka. A healthy relationship shows genuine appreciation, not manipulation. Kapag ginagamit ang papuri para mapilitan ka o kontrolin ang emosyon mo, red flag na ito. If compliments are used to force you or control your emotions, this is a red flag. Number 7. Isolation, paghiwalay sa support system. Isa pang taktika ng dark psychology sa relationships ay ang isolation or ang sinasadyang paghiwalay sa'yo sa kaibigan at pamilya. Another dark psychology tactic in relationships is isolation, deliberately separating you from friends and family. Dito, pinipilit ka nilang maging dependent sa kanila at kontrolin ang social interactions mo. Here, they force you to become dependent on them and control your social interactions. Karaniwang halimbawa. Common examples. Sinasabing huwag makipagkita sa kaibigan o pamilya, being told not to meet friends or family, pinupuna o pinaparamdam na mali ang oras mo sa ibang tao, criticizing or making you feel guilty for spending time with others. Ginagamit ang isolation bilang paraan ng emotional control, using isolation as a tool for emotional control. Layunin, hindi mo makuha ang ibang perspective at mas madaling ma-manipulate. Goal, keep you from gaining other perspectives and make you easier to manipulate. Halimbawa, example, gusto mong makipagkita sa kaibigan mo para mag-relax? You want to meet your friend to relax? Pero sasabihin nila, bakit mo kailangan lumabas? Lagi na lang sila priority mo. But they say, why do you need to go out? They're always your priority. Iyan ang bitag. This is the trap. Kapag pinipigilan ka sa support system mo, when you are restricted from your support system, nagiging dependent ka lang sa kanila at mas madaling kontrolin ang desisyon at emosyon mo. You become dependent on them and easier to control in your decisions and emotions. Tandaan. Remember, ang healthy na relasyon ay nagpapalakas ng support system at connection sa pamilya at kaibigan. A healthy relationship encourages support, systems and connections with family and friends. Kapag ginagamit ang isolation para kontrolin ka, red flag na ito ng manipulation. If isolation is used to control you, this is a red flag of manipulation. Number 8. Projection. Ipinapasa ang mali sa'yo. Isa pang taktika ng dark psychology sa relationships ay ang projection. Another dark psychology tactic in relationships is projection. Dito isang kanilang mali o flaws ay ipinapasa sa'yo para ikaw ang magduda sa sarili mo. Here, their mistakes or flaws are projected onto you, making you doubt yourself. Karaniwang halimbawa. Common examples. Ikaw ang seloso, hindi ako. You're the jealous one, not me. Ikaw ang nagiging controlling, hindi ako. You're being controlling, not me. Sensitive ka talaga, hindi ako. You're too sensitive, not me. Layunin. Pahinain ang self-confidence mo at palitan ang perception mo ng reality sa relasyon. Goal, weaken your self-confidence and distort your perception of reality in the relationship. Halimbawa, example, nag-raise ka ng concern tungkol sa kanilang behavior. You raise a concern about their behavior. Pero sasabihin nila, hindi mo naman naiintindihan, ikaw ang may problema. But they say, you don't understand, the problem is you. Iyan ang bitag. This is the trap. Kapag paulit-ulit na ipinapasa sa'yo ang mali nila, when they repeatedly project their mistakes onto you, unti-unti kang nawawalan ng tiwala sa sarili mo at nagiging dependent sa perception nila. You slowly lose trust in yourself and become dependent on their perception. Tandaan. Remember, iyo ang healthy na relasyon ay may accountability at open communication. A healthy relationship takes accountability and encourages open communication. Huwag kapag palaging ipinapasa sa iyo ang mali nila, red flag na ito ng manipulation. If they constantly project their mistakes onto you, this is a red flag of manipulation. Number 9. Future faking, pagpapangako ng mali sa hinaharap. Isa pang taktika ng dark psychology sa relationships ay ang future faking. Another dark psychology tactic in relationships is future faking. Dito gumagamit sila ng malalaking pangako sa hinaharap para panatilihin kang invested sa relasyon kahit walang intensyon na tuparin ito. Here, they use big future promises to keep you invested in the relationship, even if they have no intention of keeping them. Karaniwang halimbawa. Common examples. Babalik ako sa'yo kapag handa na ako. I'll come back to you when I'm ready. Magpapakasal tayo balang araw? Hintayin mo lang. We'll get married someday, just wait. Mamumuhay tayo sa ibang bansa balang araw. We'll live abroad someday. Layunin, panatilihin kang hopeful at loyal kahit ginagamit ka lang. Goal, keep you hopeful and loyal, even if they're just using you. Halimbawa, example, sinabi mo na gusto mo ng commitment. You say you want commitment, pero sasabihin nila, magiging okay yan sa future, huwag kang mag-alala ngayon. But they respond, it will be fine in the future. Don't worry about it now. Iyan ang bitag. This is the trap. Kapag palaging pinapangako ang future pero hindi ginagawa ang kasalukuyan. When promises of the future are constantly made but current actions don't match, nagiging dependent ka sa hope at illusion, at mas madaling manipulahin. You become dependent on hope and illusion, making you easier to manipulate. Tandaan. Remember, iyong healthy na relasyon ay may balance sa present at future. Hindi puro pangako lang. A healthy relationship balances the present and the future, not just empty promises. At kapag ginagamit ang future promises para panatilihin kang loyal o hopeful, red flag na ito ng manipulation. If future promises are used to keep you loyal or hopeful, this is a red flag of manipulation. Number 10. Triangulating emotions through guilt. Paggamit ng guilt sa iba para kontrolin. Ang huling taktika ng dark psychology sa relationships ay ang triangulating emotions through guilt. The final dark psychology tactic in relationships is triangulating emotions through guilt. Dito ginamit ang iba pang tao, kaibigan, pamilya o anak para gawin kang guilt-ridden at obedient. Here they use other people, friends, family or children to make you feel guilty and compliant. Karaniwang halimbawa. Common examples. Bakit hindi mo pinapansin ang pamilya mo? Tingnan mo ang epekto sa kanila. Why aren't you paying attention to your family? Look at how it affects them. Nakakasama mo ang anak mo kapag ganito ang ginagawa mo. You're harming your child when you act this way. Bakit hindi mo siya pinapahalagahan? Nakakalungkot sa kanya. Why aren't you valuing them? It makes them sad. Layunin. Kontrolin ang damdamin at desisyon mo gamit ang guilt sa iba. Goal. Control your emotions and decisions using guilt through others. Halimbawa. Example. Gusto mong gumawa ng personal decision or boundary. You want to make a personal decision or set a boundary, pero sasabihin nila, kung gagawin mo yan, masisira ang damdamin ng pamilya natin. But they say, if you do that, it will hurt the family's feelings. Iyan ang bitag. This is the trap. Kapag ginagamit ang guilt sa ibang tao para kontrolin ka, when guilt through others is used to control you, nagiging dependent ka sa emosyonal na reaksyon nila at mas madaling manipulahin. You become dependent on their emotional reaction and easier to manipulate. Tandaan, remember, ang healthy na relasyon ay hindi gumagamit ng ibang tao para manipulahin ka. A healthy relationship does not use other people to manipulate you. Kapag ginagamit ang guilt sa iba bilang leverage, red flag na ito ng manipulation. If guilt through others is used as leverage, this is a red flag of manipulation. Ngayon, nakita natin ang 10 karaniwang taktika ng dark psychology sa relationships. Now, we've explored 10 common dark psychology tactics in relationships. You love bombing, sobrang attention sa umpisa, excessive attention at the start, gaslighting, pinaparamdam na mali ka, making you feel wrong, in triangulation, paghahalo sa ibang tao para kontrolin ka, using other people to control you, silent treatment, pagtigil sa pakikipag-usap bilang punishment kuwanawar. Alright, ignoring you as punishment. Also emotional blackmail, guilt o threats para kontrolin ka. Using fear or guilt to control, manipulation through compliments. Papuri para maging dependent ka. Using praise to make you dependent. Isolation, paghiwalay sa support system. Cutting you off from friends or family. A projection, ipinapasa ang mali sa'yo. Projecting their faults onto you. A future faking, pagpangako ng mali sa hinaharap. Making empty future promises. Triangulating emotions through guilt sa ibang tao para kontrolin ka. Unwarned, using guilt through others to control you. Ang mga taktika na ito ay madalas subtle at hindi halata sa simula, kaya maraming tao ang nahuhulog sa bitag ng hindi namamalayan. These tactics are often subtle and not obvious at first, which is why many people fall into the trap without realizing it. Ngunit kapag alam mo kung paano ito gumagana, maaari mong, but once you understand how they work, you can. Kilalanin agad ang red flags sa relasyon, spot red flags early in your relationship. Panatilihin ang boundaries at self-respect, maintain boundaries and self-respect. Protektahan ang sarili at relasyon mula sa emotional manipulation. Protect yourself and your relationship from emotional manipulation. Gawing ligtas ang damdamin at isip mo. Keep your emotions and mind safe. Tandaan, remember, ang tunay na pagmamahal at healthy na relasyon ay nagbibigay ng respect, trust, and emotional safety. True love and a healthy relationship provide respect, trust, and emotional safety. Huwag matakot mag-set ng limits, humingi ng suporta sa kaibigan o pamilya, at laging pahalagahan ang sarili mo. Don't be afraid to set limits, seek support from friends or family, and always value yourself. Sa pamamagitan ng pagiging aware sa mga taktika ng dark psychology, maaari mong mapanatili ang kontrol sa sarili mo, protektahan ang emosyon mo, at gumawa ng informed decision sa relasyon mo. By being aware of dark psychology tactics, you can maintain self-control, protect your emotions, and make informed decisions in your relationship. For more video, please subscribe to my channel Love Manipulation Lab. Marami pa tayong matutunan about sa video na aking ma-upload dito. Huwag kalimutan na mag-like and share. Maraming salamat sa masugid kong manunood at sa mga solid kong subscribers. Thanks for watching.